Hello, angels, and welcome back to another episode of the Money Mindset Mission podcast. We are testing a new little video setup here. If you can hear the birds, you can hear the birds, okay? I'm hoping it's like a really nice ambient sound behind me. We're in between recording studios right now. I'm actually fingers crossed, like fingers, toes, forehead crossed, that we're actually going to be creating our own podcast studio. I just released it on YouTube last week, so I can tell you here. Actually, I honestly always tell you guys first, and I actually probably already have told you this, so I just lose track where I tell people things. But I've always wanted to have my own studio and my own office. I've been an entrepreneur for 8 years. Have I already said this on here? Or was this on YouTube? I actually lose track. But anyways, I've been an entrepreneur for 8 years and I've never had my own studio office. I've never even been a member at a co-working space. How crazy. I've just been working from home, working from cafes, and I have really liked that. Since I was in America recently in October, I was obsessed with the studio. Like the minute I was at the Skinny Confidential, I was like, I need my own studio. This is the most fun thing ever. The lights, the camera, the vibe. I'm like, this is something I need in my life and I don't think I can live without it. So the minute I got home, I was like, right, we're going to start a podcast studio. So I have an application in for a space. So fingers crossed, we're going to have our own studio very soon. And I'm so excited. So today I want to answer a listener question. This question is from Erin, and it says, I understand how if I align with my soul's purpose, everything will flow to me much easier, but I'm really struggling with identifying my soul, passion, and purpose. I know what I love to do, organize, plan, schedule, purge, but I can't figure out how to translate that into something that would make enough money to support me or something that would make me financially, time, location, and time free. I don't want to start something that only brings in money when I'm doing it because I'm getting older and I will not be able to keep up with that pace. Plus, I want time and flexibility in my life. Any ideas on how to uncover my soul's purpose? I love the way that you asked this because it provides me an opportunity to go even deeper than how does one find their soul purpose. So, I want to walk you to how I found my soul purpose. Okay. And I think when I started hearing other stories of how they found their soul purpose, it allowed me to have introspection of, okay, what does that mean for me? So, my first business was designing websites and logos. That was not my sole purpose. Okay. My intention was I want to escape Canadian winter. Many of you know this about me. I hate the cold. Hate's a strong word, but I literally hate the cold. I hate the cold. I turn into a raisin. My digestion tightens up. My skin breaks out. I feel like I gain weight in winter. It's so weird. I just feel lethargic and sad. I have, what is that thing where you, I don't, it's sad, seasonal depression, blah, blah, blah. Like in the winter, I am like half of who I feel like I usually am. So my first intention with building a business was to escape Canadian winter. That was not my sole purpose. I didn't even know what a sole purpose was then. That word didn't even exist in my vocabulary. I was like, I just want to make money and leave Canada. So I started that journey. I also went through an experience where most of you know that I lost my father to suicide. And through that experience, I went on this journey. Some may call the hero's journey. If you Google hero's journey, it comes up everywhere. It's this very well-known thing where people, I don't know it exactly, but in my experience, people's sole purpose is their hero's journey. It's this journey that you got called to do and you had to find the way through. You had to find the journey. You had to go through all the hardship. You get to the top of the mountain and you go, holy shit, I made it. And then your sole purpose is to help other people get there sooner, faster, quicker, easier. You are most qualified to help a previous version of you. And I just believe that we are all here to help a previous version of us. And you know what? Sometimes that may not look the way that everyone else is doing it. Like maybe that doesn't look the way I'm doing it, or way so and so is doing it. Like it has to just be in a way that feels so aligned and so good for you. Okay. So I have so many downloads coming through right now. And I'm like trying to keep it all in one order because I also am getting pinged to tell you about human design. I need you to understand your human design and how you are designed to show up in this world. So I'm a manifesting generator, and understanding how I am meant to make decisions, how I am meant to be called to do something, how I am meant to get motivated is very different than someone who's a projector. It's very different. And I think when you understand your human design, it really helps you realize who you are meant to be in this world and how you are meant to show up in this world. So I highly recommend that you check out your human design. I did a retreat recently in Toronto, and majority of the girls actually didn't know what their human design was. And just by finding out and learning about their own human design, it like changed so much for them. So definitely recommend. I can recommend Jenna Zoe. She, if you just Google like my human design, hers is the first one that pops up. It's an app, it's incredible, and I would recommend that you look into what your response type is and what your strategy is, and obviously just what type you are, and you can go down a massive rabbit hole with that. It even tells you what your gifts are, what your purpose is on this planet. Like, it goes deep. And what I like doing, so whenever I work with a client, I'm always asking first thing, what's their human design? Because the way that I operate in this world is far different to how they operate in this world. Even with my boyfriend, even with my best friends, like I want to know what their human design is so that I can understand how they need to show up in the world. So how can best support them and be the best friend, the best partner. And my healer actually told me that she did it with her daughter because she couldn't understand her daughter because she's a Manny Gen and she's a reflector. That is like literally opposite sides of the world, and she could not understand why her daughter kept picking things up and dropping them, picking things up and dropping them. And for me, that's like, duh, I have to do that. If I'm over something, I'm over it. I cannot continue to do something that I'm over. It will just like eat me alive. Whereas reflectors can do that. Like they find one thing and they just commit to it. I'm not like that. I'm like, boop. I like new things constantly. Like my sacral as a manager needs to be constantly lit up by this. So if you are trying to find your soul purpose, I highly recommend looking into your human design. It will illuminate so much for you. That's number one. Number two is reflecting on, have you been on a hero's journey? And maybe your hero's journey is coming up. Maybe you've already been through one. And it's honestly like, because also I would say like what I'm an expert in is finding my client's soul purposes. I can pick it up immediately. And it's so beautiful because they're like, wait, that like it can be that easy? I didn't even know I was qualified for that. And I'm like, you're qualified because you've been through it. And a lot of people think they have to have this college degree or they have to have this certification, blah, 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 whatever. No one in my 8 years, my friends, of being an entrepreneur, one person has asked me what my qualifications were. No one gives a shit. People are like, I like you. I like your energy. You are either where I want to be or I relate to you in some way. I like your energy. It's mostly like I like your energy and I really want to work with you. Great. And that was also for my website and design business. And when I first started that business, I actually got a grant to start that business. And I remember the woman was a graphic designer and she's like, you can't start this business. You've never been to graphic design school. And I was like, Canva. So I was like, I just started a whole graphic design business, website design business, never went to school for it, didn't go to school for it at all. I went to school for business. I can hear your questions. I went to school for business, but I never ever took a Canva course, a graphic design course. I just was self-taught and I just figured it out along the way. Same with coaching. I did yes apply, but I never took any sort of like formal coaching certification. I just went with what I did and what intuitively felt good for me. And I mean, my results, my clients' results, and my personal results speak for that, right? And okay, going back. So we have following your hero's journey. And oftentimes, I just really want to highlight this, it's probably right in front of your nose. Second thing, and I'm wondering for Erin, like, did you organize your own home? Do people ask you about it? Like, what's one thing that you do just for fun? What's that thing that you talk about with all of your friends? What's the thing that you like know everything about that no one else knows about? And you think, oh, everyone knows about this. And that's actually how I got into my second business, which is my soul purpose that has been refined. My soul purpose gets refined over the years. Like First, it was business, then that went deeper, and then that went into more money, and then that went even deeper, and then it went into more subconscious reprogramming. Like, I don't think your sole purpose is just like one hard thing. I do believe that it grows with you. And that's just been my experience personally. Like, look at Elon Musk. He did PayPal, then he did Tesla, then he did SpaceX. Like, people, as you grow, I also think your sole purpose becomes more obvious and grows with you. I really do believe that. And I think the more that you gain knowledge and the more that you become conscious, the more that it expands. Anyways, back to what I was saying is when I first uncovered what my sole purpose was, is because I was obsessed. I was so obsessed with I first watched the movie The Secret, and that kind of just exploded everything for me in terms of, oh my gosh, there's this thing called manifestation, and it was just such an initiation in me. I was like, I know about this. Like, I've heard about this before, but I'd never had like heard about it. It was just like a coming home. And then I became obsessed. I would listen to every podcast about mindset, and I was really self-motivated because my dad just passed away. I didn't want to lose myself. I didn't want to I didn't want to like I wanted to be something. I wanted to help the world heal from this, thing that happened to my dad. I was so motivated to never ever let that happen to anyone. And I don't think I've ever shared this publicly, but when my dad um died, it's so weird. I still have such a hard time saying that, but in the morning, I don't even know the trauma unit, the Canadian trauma unit. I don't even know who they were. The mental health unit. I don't know. They all had to come see us because it was such a traumatic death. And I remember sitting there the morning of, and they said to me, you just all everyone needs to be really careful because if there's been a suicide in the family, there's a really high chance that there's going to be another suicide in the family. And I was like, oh my gosh, that could be me. Like, what if that was me? Like, because if you've lost someone or been through anything traumatic, there's no rule book. And I was just like, oh my God. So I was like, I never want that to be me, and I never want that to be anyone I know. So I was like, I need to go to work and I need to figure out ways and solutions and tools that actually work to help heal. So it really was like the subconscious mind the whole way through, but I had to find it. And that's my third point is you need to try, right? Like, for example, just because I'm good at interior design, let's say, I actually love interior design and I think I'm really good at it, it doesn't mean I want to build a business doing it. I would love to do that in my homes and renovate homes, but that's not something I'm talking about all day long. It's not something that I'm looking at for fun. I'm not following interior design, Instagrams. And that was the same with my website design business. Like, I didn't give a shit about website design. I was like, whether or not you have a website, I really don't care. It was like just like a way to make money and escape Canada. And I was good at it, but it wasn't like it didn't light my sacral on fire. And to the point, it's like that's a Manny Gen thing. It's a human design thing, is that it needs to light my sacral on fire. Okay, then point number wherever we are is just because you can doesn't mean it's your sole purpose. It has to be that thing that is like, I could do this for the next 100 years and it's probably right in front of your eyes, but you have to go and try. You have to go experience things. You have to go do things. You have to read the books, listen to the podcasts. What is lighting you up? What is making you feel excited? What is like keeping you up at night because you're so freaking excited about this idea or this thing or this topic and you're talking to all your friends about it? What is that for you? And okay, I'm gonna have a little coffee break. Iced coffee. Woo! Also, I wish you guys could see my view right now. Actually, you can. I'm just gonna turn it around. Ocean view, baby. That's why. That was my why in the beginning, is that I just wanted that. Okay, anyways. Now, the way that Erin asked this, though, was very interesting because she said, I can't figure out how to translate that into something that would make me enough money to support me. If you are focused on how is it going to make me enough money, then you are, and I'm not saying that you're doing this, and if you are, it's absolutely fine. But if you are, it actually is the wrong thing. Do you think that God, universe, source, worked his magic or their magic, whatever, I don't know, whatever word you want to use. They did everything in their power to bring you to Earth. It's the most sought after place to be. It's like 1 in a trillion chances that you are here. And they brought you here to make enough money? No. No. That is not why you're here, is to make enough money. You are here to fulfill your soul destiny. That's, my friends, why you are here. So if you are focused on how to just make enough money, you are completely focused on the wrong thing. And that's why you can't figure out what it is. Soul purpose is the first step. Money is the byproduct. So stop focusing on the byproduct. The byproduct isn't going to get you where you want to go. You need to focus on the actual true desire, which is, I want to fulfill my soul purpose, my soul destiny. What am I here to do? Why am I here? Why did universe, source, God decide, okay, this soul, out of all the souls, is going to be here at this time. Why are you here? What is your gift? What is your God-given gift? What are you here to do? Who are you here to be? What is your purpose in this life? And I would actually argue that you already know what it is. I know you know what it is. It's there inside of you. You know. And for many, it's like, okay, I want to start a business doing this. I want to help people lose weight. I want to help people in their relationships. And then for many, I want to be a mother. I want to be a father. Like, don't compare your soul purposes with other soul purposes, because that's literally not the point. You are here and you have a mission and you already know what it is. And then my final point to this is like, what I want you to do is I want you to ask for help. I want you to ask for guidance. In your morning meditation, say, show me. Show me the way. Show me where to go. What would you have me do? Where would you have me go? And what would you have me say? Show me. Universe, show me. Source, show me. God, show me. Whoever you believe in, whatever you believe in, show me the way. And allow yourself to be guided. And be open. Look at what people are asking you about. Look what people are reaching out to you about. See where you're being guided. See what's coming up on your algorithm. Like, allow source, God, universe to find you and work through you and support you. Okay? And if you're out there being like, Marley, I have no idea. For a lot of my clients, they're probably in a business that's like doing well. But they're like, I'm not fulfilled. I'm not happy. I want to be in fulfillment. I want to be in joy, in pleasure. I want to be lit up every single day. Then join Ascend. Ascend is my program where I work with you. You are in my energy and I get to coach and mentor you. It's my only and best way to work with me right now. And it is a group container where you're surrounded by not only me, but other like-minded, beautiful souls like you. And the purpose of Ascend is we ascend beyond your limitations, your fears, your blocks, your old beliefs, and we ascend you to your highest self, to your higher soul potential, to your soul purpose. So if you want help and support in guiding you back to your most divine soul purpose and building a business out of that to create a life of time, location, financial freedom, join Ascend. The details will be below, and I'm so excited for you. Okay, thank you, Erin, for such a good question. If you want to answer and submit your question, leave it below. There will be a link. What would Marley do? Okay, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next one. Mwah! Love you. Bye.